لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
Is there a problem with brushing teeth during fasting? No, it's a sunnah. Siwak while fasting is a sunnah. Siwak in general, what's the ruling of brushing one's teeth in our deen? Brushing one's teeth broadly has three rulings. It's an emphasized sunnah. It's an emphasized sunnah to brush one's teeth in the wudu, in the Hanafi school. So if you make wudu and you don't brush your teeth, it is blameworthy. It's not sinful, but it's blameworthy. You left an emphasized sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And there you can use a toothbrush and toothpaste, or you can use a siwak. Now, if you have neither, you're out and about and you don't have something to brush your teeth with, it's established for many of the Sahaba to just use your fingers, or use something coarse. Of course, if it's in someone else's house, you can't use their towel to do that, because they wouldn't approve of you using their towel. But whether you use these two fingers, right? So they say, for example, the index finger and the thumb, and you use that, and as you rinse your mouth, or something coarse. But that's one of the benefits of having a miswak, that you don't have to have toothpaste with it, so you can use it anywhere. So within the prayer, brushing one's teeth is an emphasized sunnah, don't neglect it. It's also generally recommended before the prayer, before religious devotions. Right? So before prayer, separate from the wudu, it is recommended to use the siwak before the prayer. The Shafi'is emphasize that one a lot. The Hanafis emphasize the one in the wudu, but both are sunnah. Just the one within the wudu is a sunnah mu'akkada. But a lot of Hanafis ignore the fact that it is a specifically recommended sunnah to brush your teeth before the prayer. And also before acts of devotion, before reciting Quran, before reading religious knowledge. If you're going to sit down to make dhikr, it's recommended to brush your teeth before, because you're addressing your Lord. Before meeting with people, right? It's recommended to brush your teeth. The Prophet ﷺ would brush his teeth before he went back home after a long day out, for example. And also, anytime one's breath changes, it's recommended to brush your teeth. Which is why it's a sunnah it's a praiseworthy thing to keep a toothstick with on, but it's anytime one's breath changes or should have changed. Don't be an optimist. Have su'u dhan, have an ill opinion of your breath. And so there's two categories that we've looked at. Emphasize sunnah in wudu, recommended before prayer, before devotional acts, and before meeting with people, and before, and anytime one's breath changes, or before it changes. And the third is, so these are times when it's recommended, so recommended sunnah. The third category is, Abu Hanifa rahimahullah said, the siwak is from the sunnahs of our deen. It means sunan ad-deen. So the things our deen has deemed praiseworthy at any time, without being excessive. Some people look like, they're just chewing their siwak all the time. There's an adab to using the siwak, but so that's a little bit about the siwak. And so brushing one's teeth remains sunnah at each of these levels in Ramadan. The only issue arises that using toothpaste entails entering a foreign substance into one's mouth without swallowing it. So it is better to brush your teeth using a toothstick. Because you insert toothstick, brush, take it out, nothing remains inside. So it's generally better to avoid using toothpaste. If you do, use just a little bit. Right? Actually, toothpaste companies want you to use a lot more toothpaste than you imagine. You can actually Google it, how much toothpaste do I need to use? You'd be surprised. They use all these images of the whole toothbrush with toothpaste on it. You can get away with very little. So if you do use toothpaste, just rinse out your mouth once or 3 times, and then any residual taste is ignored.